We love a good queue in Britain. We invented queuing, but this is on another level. There's hardly any order or management going on here.
Had heard was that there is no freedom of speech in China, in that everything is censored here.
Couldn't record what just happened because it was so chaotic. As soon as the bus came and the doors opened, everyone in this entire queue rushed onto it like they were getting away from a tsunami or something. People were literally climbing over each other to get into this bus. I think quite a few of them were actually laughing, so maybe they find it kind of funny, but yeah, to us it's a little bit more than we bargained for. But
I don't know what to say. I feel a bit deflated. Over the whole trip, 3.5 weeks in China, I can't help but feel actually a little bit upset because I'm finding it really hard to appreciate what's on the other side of the fence because I kind of can't even barely see it. People everywhere and pushing me. There's speakers going off in my ear really loud. It's just completely taking it away.
But it was definitely the most disappointing for sure.
Being brutally honest, it was the worst paid experience we've ever had.
ある男性は中国で10年間生活した後、ついに限界を感じて母国へ帰国しました。10年という長い間、夢を追い求めて懸命に生きてきましたが、これ以上は到底耐えられないと語っています。
One of the cultural differences that people struggle with a lot is the idea in China that you can just stare at people, invade their personal space, and even pick up items out of their shopping trolley. I've experienced all of these things. And when I was living in China, families would just stare at me in the supermarket. They would say, oh, this is what foreigners eat. Look, they love bread and milk. And they would come and pick stuff out of my shopping cart and stuff like that. So there are many things which are very different in China, like the concept of personal space, like the concept of loud noise. Chinese people shout very loudly. They're boisterous. They will bring music into a sauna, like this guy was doing here the other day, a Chinese guy who I'm friendly with. But he just brings his iPad in and puts it in the sauna and is blasting out Chinese classical music in the middle of a sauna where there's lots of people. And this is kind of one of the big reasons why I don't anymore, is the annoying habits of Chinese people. And this is tied into the point about cultural differences, but it can just be quite wearing. I was there for 10 years and it just starts to wear on your nerves when people are extremely loud, they spit, they let their kids pee in trash cans or on the street. They don't queue, there's pushing, old grannies will barge you out of the way at a roadside food stall. It's just a bit basic, some of the behavior, some of the habits, the constant clouds of smoke. All of these things have improved in recent years, but there are still a lot of people that haven't been educated because China is largely a rural country.
旅行系 YouTube のカップルが中国を訪れた際のリアルな感想を伝えています。彼らが向かったのは張家界という有名な観光スポットでしたが、
God.
There were a lot of people here, like that in this queue that we're in.
到着してすぐに恐ろしいほどの人組に遭遇してしまいました。
I knew it was going to be busy, but I didn't know it was going to be this fast. I'm actually concerned that how long we're going to be in this.
何時間並んでも行列の最高位が全く見えません。
Oh, I thought this was it. I thought we were at the entrance to it, but we've still got an entire corridor to go somehow in a mountain. And look guys, we get that this is a tourist hotspot. It's the most populous country on earth. We never expected it to be quiet or a deserted national park. But at the same time, it is a national park, not a theme park. So they should be limiting the number of tickets that they sell on a daily basis. And they're clearly not doing that. It's now 12:45 and we've seen nothing except for some monkeys.
If you're watching this hoping to come here one day, we have to show you what it is really like. Like this is honestly what it's like. So just be prepared. Bring your snacks and your water because you're going to need.
観光地へ向かうエレベーターはたったの3基しかありません。それにもかかわらず入場券を無制限に販売し続けるため、遅く到着した人は上に登ることすらできず、最悪の場合10時間も並んだのに何もできずに帰ることもあるそうです。
It's even worse than the first bus queue. We love a good queue in Britain. We invented queuing, but this is on another level. There's hardly any order or management going on. Look at it. Where else can you see this in the world? Having said that, the number of people here does make it incredibly difficult to fully take in the view and enjoy it.
I don't know what to say. I feel a bit deflated. Over the whole trip, 3.5 weeks in China, this day was the day I was looking forward to the most. I can't help but feel actually a little bit upset because I'm finding it really hard to appreciate what's on the other side of the fence because I kind of can't even barely see it. People everywhere and pushing me. There's speakers going off in my ear really loud. It's just completely taking it away. So this exact spot here is the spot that I saw on Pinterest that made me want to go here desperately. And this is the reality.
さらに撮影スポットでは割り込みが非常に多く、結局1時間半も待って やっと1枚の写真を撮ることができました。
Couldn't record what just happened because it was so chaotic. As soon as the bus came and the doors opened, everyone in this entire queue rushed onto it like they were getting away from a tsunami or something. People were literally climbing over each other to get into this bus. I think quite a few of them were actually laughing. So maybe they find it kind of funny, but yeah, to us it's a little bit more than we bargained for, but it was definitely the most disappointing for sure.
Being brutally honest, it was the worst paid experience we've ever had.
次に登場する男性は、中国に12年間も住んでいるジャーナリストです。彼は中国での日常生活で実際に感じたことを包み隠さずに率直に話しています。
Differences here in China, which are freedom of speech and censorship on the internet. Because I make videos about China and I live in China, I'm a little bit more concerned about what I say on camera. Also, because I use the internet every day, just like everyone else, internet censorship is noticeable. Many sites are blocked and you have to use a VPN to access, but they are much stricter on freedom of speech, protests, and internet censorship. I had actually never seen Chinese media in the US when I was living there. I had never heard of CCTV, Xinhua, Global Times, or any other Chinese media before moving to China. What I had heard was that there is no freedom of speech in China and that everything is censored here. Unfortunately, this is kind of true. When I worked in media here, I had to run everything by a censor and even requested a new censor because the one I had was super strict. It seems that they don't really want foreigners anymore. This has gotten really bad over the last 3 years because the media has turned the population against foreigners. Many reports about local outbreaks worded the news to make it seem like foreigners were to blame for the issue. They didn't always clearly explain that the person was a Chinese returning from overseas.
その一方で、日本に長く住む外国人たちの反応は全く異なっています。日本在住のアメリカ人たちは、なぜ自国での全てを手放してまで日本へ移住することを決断したのかを語ってくれます。
What kept you here in Japan? The overwhelming peace and happiness. It's you know the feeling. Like every time anyone I know who's traveled here, they're like, I have to come back. They just want to come back again. They don't even want to go to new places. They're like, I gotta go back to Japan. It's amazing. Even the food, like even when you think you're eating healthy, it's so sad. You'll go out of your way to buy something healthy, and you realize it's not healthy at all. It's like loaded with sugar and all these strange chemicals that you can't even read.
I mean, the politeness, the attention to detail here in Japan is really good. The care for other people. You know, the kizukae, kind of what the Japanese call, that's what makes it really comfortable for me. I consider myself an Oreo. Black on the outside, Japanese on the inside.
I can be walking home from my local station at any time of night and I feel zero fear. Like in America, I always have that in the back of my mind, that fear. I have to be looking around, but I can be walking home. I can be a little tipsy, sleepy, whatever.
So why is it that healthcare is way cheaper in Japan than it is in the US?
Do you know the actual reason?
Yeah, they have socialized medicine, right?
Do you know why they have socialized medicine?
Tell me.
Because America forced them to do it after World War II.
Really?
And yet America doesn't have it. It's quite interesting, actually.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
世界中の人々がなぜこれほど日本を訪れたがり、そして住みたがるのか、その理由は誰にでも明確にわかるはずです。同じアジアの国であるにもかかわらず、人々の体験にはこれほどまでに大きな差があります。社会の秩序、人への思いやり、そしてシステムの違いが、単なる観光の枠を超えて、生活の質そのものを大きく変えてしまうのです。最終的に、人々はどこで暮らしたいか、どこへ向かうべきかを自分自身の行動で示しています。今日も最後までご視聴いただき、本当にありがとうございました。